What's up, everyone? My name is Jordan Poole, aka DJ Royale. We are here with Antoinette Johnson at Hotel Monaco up at Stratus Lounge, and thank you for being here with me today.
Anytime.
Yes, I remember, at least my memory of our first time meeting was when I came into, at the time your company at Media in Old City, your offices, and I was looking for some branding advice, consultation. Do you remember this at all?
No.
See? I wasn't even on the radar.
Well, I was drunk.
Oh, well, I was gonna say some years ago, and not that you were working with different clientele, but I was just seeking help, and I liked what you guys had going on, and so obviously a lot of the people we're bringing in here to profile and feature for Local Love has to do with Philadelphians who are creating, whether it's in the physical or the digital, but more specifically the physical, creating spaces and places for people to kind of come together and have an experience. Mm-hmm. So I know that your work is essential to that, you know what I mean? Even if it's more on the bigger picture level than the day-to-day on the ground. But actually, I kind of don't want to speak for you on that level as far as like who you're interacting with on a day-to-day level with that. Like, I guess, what is the fulfilling aspect for you as a creative person living and working in Philadelphia?
Yeah, I think the glue that makes us sort of have a unique value system that we share is creating those experiences here in Philly. It's super rare to have an opportunity to craft a narrative of what the landscape of this city is like, whether it be day, night experiences. And so I think your series here highlighting everyone who's a part of that curating factor is really cool. Thank you for inviting me.
Why is Philly, ideal for your lifestyle all around, work, play, everything?
What better place to be a part of transforming urban lifestyles than here in Philadelphia? Mm-hmm. It's happening rapidly, but it's happening at a pace that's still, to some degree, everyone's involved. Going to Temple, you went to Temple too, right?
Yeah.
In my backyard, being in North Philadelphia, I didn't like what I saw, and I wanted to be a part of the change. Mm-hmm. And I wouldn't say that the change is all inclusive to all people. That's my next undertaking. But at least I've been able to apply my skill set and grow a team of amazing people who can too, in order to change the landscape of Philly. We want to walk by something that has a zoning notice or has been an abandoned lot for years and have a say as to what it's going to be in the future. I think Philly is super special to be able to do that because we uniquely combine like creatives at that grit DIY level and some real estate investment. And I think the gap in between those two people isn't too large to truly make it like an experience that is representative of the people who are here.
So as a creator, designer, organizer of people, if you were to curate your most ideal event experience for 100 people, who would you invite and what would you do to make it a memorable experience?
I was refreshed by your Daybreaker series, and I was thinking about how we would activate a space that we're currently working on, which is part of the rebrand at the Navy Yard. People don't know, but Central Green is an incredible world-class recreation park area in the Navy Yard that was designed by the same designer who did the High Line. And not a lot of people know about it, and they're not coming to it, and it's gorgeous. And my idea was, why not have first 100 people silent, mindful meditation series, like one day a week, starting your morning off with like a really good, mindful, thoughtful experience around something that at least 100 of us could get behind.
Right.
What intention do we want to start today off with? And experience a new place in Philadelphia that not a lot of people have been to before. What inspires me is like-minded individuals who are really out there, motivated, doing their thing. There's a Harvard professor that coached Howard Schultz, the CEO of Starbucks, and he talks about the true north and how people who have a true north that is clear, which is like what they stand for, what gets them out of bed every morning, what they're doing and who they're doing it with and why they're doing it. And if they're consistently reiterating that message, they just seem to be more interesting people to have, whether it be at your Stratus Lounge, like DJ series, talking over your music, or at your dinner table. People who really follow their true north and know what they're about are folks that I tend to be inspired by the most.
People have a lot of options when it comes to entertainment, socializing, whether that's online, offline. What is something that is pulling you out of the house? What's intriguing you to go check something out, to get involved, to interact with other people?
What I love about Philly and what there is to do in the nightlife here is that last Friday was a perfect example. You can go to like 2 or 3 things easily in one night because of how small in terms of location everything is. And so last Friday I went to an art experience at 990 Spring Garden, which happens to be a building that we helped brand. And it was all dedicated to raising money for the rail park, which was cool. And each artist there was like half local Philadelphian artists, half global, and they were all given the same size canvas. So it was neat to see what people would represent on like a 15 by 15 canvas. And then the other event was this amazing concert at La Colombe with a local band, and Todd Carmichael's been coming out more publicly with this mission behind mental health.
I've seen that.
And
it looks cool.
I mean, he's just an incredible brand. If I had to pick a favorite brand in Philadelphia, it would definitely be La Colombe, because he chose to start it here purposely, and he chose to headquarter it here after he got a $120 million investment. He speaks openly about some of the difficulties of owning a business in Philadelphia, like our tax situation. So he's not hiding some of the difficulties we have here in Philly, but he's really taking a stand on everything from mental health to Philadelphia, and that's a point of view I can get behind.
You can invite 100 people to your own specialized curated experience. Who are you inviting, and what are you doing to create that memorable experience?
If I could invite 100 people or so to an event in Philadelphia that I think we haven't had before, I would activate Central Green in the Navy Yard, because I think a lot of people haven't been there.
Right.
And it's the same landscape architect as the High Line, and it's just a world-class facility. It's amazing. And I would do a mindfulness meditation series to start the day off around an intention that we should all cheerlead Philadelphia as much as we can in our daily.
Top Philadelphia experience.
For me, like the number one experience in Philadelphia is my now, which is fantastic. I feel like I've arrived, and it's taken a long time. And one of the projects I sort of looked around and realized it was, we're doing a 8 million square foot redevelopment project in West Philly called U City Square. And it's been my dream ever since going to Temple, where in our backyard, like literally there was a 9-year-old who sold weed on my doorstep. Like, it's not a fun place to grow up. And what I wanted to do coming out of Temple was be a part of the transformation in the city, but make sure that it was inclusive of those voices, of the people who have been here for a while and walk past abandonment every day and wish that they could be a part of it changing. And in West Philly, this 8 million square foot project, the development team is so amazing and open that they were willing to help us create a workshop with West Philly high school students to help us brand the projects within the neighborhood themselves.
Wow.
So that there's a level of ownership with the students.
That's cool.
They're bringing their parents to launch events. It's like, it's no longer change in the neighborhood that you can technically call gentrification if we are actually inviting neighborhood voices into the change.
Well, I mean, it's awesome that we have more people in this city, especially of our age demographic being more mindful of those things and striving to make effort, whether it's like through their work or through volunteer stuff or what have you, through creative stuff, through art and what have you. So yeah, thanks for that.
Thank you, man.
Appreciate it.